This isn't just another lunar phase. It's a cosmic checkpoint, and it's already reaching your soul before it touches the sky. Have you felt it? That rising pressure inside your chest? The sudden memories? The pull toward your counterpart, even if they've been silent for months? This is the Capricorn full moon, and it's here to break illusions, close karmic cycles, and realign every connection that was written in the stars. Twin flames are not exempt. They are targeted. Because where the bond is deepest, the shift is sharpest. The masculine is being shaken in silence. The feminine is being called to stand in truth. And in between them, a portal is opening. One that demands release. One that exposes what's still unhealed. One that can no longer be ignored. You didn't imagine this connection, and this moon will prove it, but only if you're brave enough to feel what it's trying to show you. This is the moon that makes souls remember. And once it touches you, nothing stays buried. Something ancient is moving, not just in the sky, but in the bones of your soul. The Capricorn full moon is approaching, and it's not arriving gently. It's not here to inspire soft reflections or fleeting emotions. It's coming to pierce illusions, to break timelines, to expose everything your heart still holds onto in silence. And if you're on the twin flame journey, you're not just going to feel it, you're going to be changed by it. This is a moon of structure, of karma, of divine responsibility. And it doesn't ask politely for you to evolve. It requires it. It pulls at the deepest threads of your connection. The ones no one sees, the ones that never broke, even in separation. The ones you stopped believing in until they suddenly lit up again last night in a dream, or a memory, or a song that hit you too hard. Have you felt that invisible wave lately? The return of a feeling you thought you had outgrown. The ache of someone who shouldn't be in your thoughts, but is. That's not regression. That's the full moon pulling your soul back to the place where a decision must now be made. This moon is not just about reunion, it's about reckoning. It shines a spotlight on where you've betrayed your heart, where you've stayed quiet when your spirit was screaming, where you've waited when you were called to rise. And it's doing the same to your counterpart, even if you haven't spoken, even if you're oceans apart. The energy is sinking, the codes are unlocking. You might notice sudden exhaustion. That's your body detoxing timelines. You might feel triggered by random memories. That's your spirit being shown where there's still weight to release. Because what's coming can't carry what never belonged. This moon is clearing karma from this life and others, from your lineage and theirs, from soul contracts that need to be updated, renegotiated, or ended completely. Yes, even twin flame bonds can evolve. Even unconditional love requires new agreements when the mission shifts. And the mission is shifting. Capricorn is asking you to mature your connection, not to control it, not to define it with fear, but to ground it in truth. What is this love for? What is it leading you toward? Is it helping you become who you truly are? These are the questions that rise in the dark before the full moon light hits. And when it does, some will awaken in the middle of the night in tears. Some will feel his presence without knowing why. Some will break down and then realize they were breaking through. Because this full moon touches everyone. But for twin flames, it activates the next phase. Not because the universe is forcing it, but because you're ready. You've done the inner work. You've burned in silence. You've released again and again. And now the universe whispers, it's time. Time to return to your heart, to feel everything you avoided. To let this moon show you what's real, what's false, and what's already beginning. Even if you can't see it yet, you're not late, you're not broken. And no, you're not making it all up. You're being aligned by light older than memory and love deeper than time. This full moon will hit every soul connection, but only those brave enough to feel it will understand what it's trying to awaken. Will you? There's a strange heaviness in the air, isn't there? A kind of emotional gravity that pulls you inward, not as punishment, but as preparation. Your soul feels it before your mind understands. This is not ordinary sadness. This is not ordinary fatigue. This is soul exhaustion, the kind that only comes when your spirit is being asked to release what was never meant to come with you. And this time, it's karmic. The Capricorn full moon is not here to offer comfort. It's here to liberate you, but not without asking for something first. Something ancient, something sacred, something you've been carrying lifetime after lifetime without even realizing it. Have you noticed how fast your emotions are swinging? One moment you feel hopeful, strong, ready for the next chapter. The next, you're flooded with grief you can't name. Tears rise for no reason. Old heartbreaks resurface like echoes in the night. You remember conversations that never fully healed. You hear their name in your thoughts, not as longing, but as an unresolved echo. Why is this happening now? Because karma isn't just a lesson, it's a loop. And during this full moon, every loop is being exposed, especially the ones you thought you already closed. This is the moment your soul has been preparing for. Not a test, but a reveal. Not to punish you, but to show you what you've outgrown. The exhaustion you feel, that's centuries of soul weight unraveling. You are literally clearing timelines, and not just your own. Have you been feeling emotions that aren't yours? Like waves of sadness, fear, or longing that hit you out of nowhere? That's because many twin flames are now carrying the energetic imprint of their counterpart without knowing it. The masculine, often silent and emotionally repressed, is releasing pain through etheric channels. And the feminine, sensitive and intuitively open, is absorbing it. It's not yours, but you are helping to transmute it. You are the space in which healing begins. But that doesn't mean you must suffer. This full moon is teaching you the difference between empathy and entanglement. You are not meant to drown in what you feel. You are meant to witness it, honor it, and release it. Because your healing is not just personal, it's collective. Every time you cry, something ancient is dissolving. Every time you rest, your soul repairs its light. Every time you forgive yourself, the karmic chain weakens. And that is what this moon is really doing. Not just activating emotions, but asking you to alchemize them. Capricorn doesn't like emotional chaos. It wants structure, purpose, clarity. So when emotions rise now, they're not rising to spiral you. They're rising to show you what needs to be grounded, what needs to be cut, and what needs to be closed. You are being given a gift in disguise, the opportunity to finally say, I don't carry this anymore. Even if you don't have all the answers, even if your counterpart never apologized, even if closure never came in the way you imagined. Closure is not something you wait for, it's something you declare. And this full moon is a portal of declaration. Can you let go of what no longer aligns with the love you now know you deserve? Can you release the belief that pain is proof of love? Can you surrender the timelines where you stayed small for someone else's comfort? These are not easy questions, but they are sacred ones. And they must be asked because your next chapter depends on it. So, if you feel tired, raw, emotional, you're not broken. You're shedding skins. You're closing loops. You're being emptied so that something new can begin. Let it. Let the tears come. Let the body rest. Let the past burn. You are not dying. You are rebirthing. And when the exhaustion lifts, you'll feel something you haven't felt in a long time: peace. Not because things are perfect, but because your soul is finally free from stories that were never yours to carry. This is what karmic closure feels like, and it's happening now, in you, around you, and between you and your twin flame. This is the gateway into something entirely new. Will you walk through it? What the divine masculine is processing in secret. You can't see it, he'll never say it, and yet you feel it, a weight pressing into the field between you. A silent ache that sometimes wakes you up at night without explanation. You don't know why, but suddenly you're thinking about him again. Not in longing, in presence, in awareness, in soul recognition. This isn't obsession, it's resonance. Because as the Capricorn full moon approaches, it's not just lighting up emotions, it's cracking open hidden chambers. And one of the deepest places it's reaching is the heart space of the divine masculine. He may look the same, quiet, distracted, distant, but what you don't see is that his soul is stirring. He's remembering, not in his conscious mind, but in the layers beneath it, in the shadows where he buried everything he couldn't face. You see, the masculine journey was built on survival, suppression, control. He was taught to measure love through logic, to carry pain in silence, to deny his sensitivity because softness was a threat in a world that demanded power. But you didn't ask him for power. You asked him for truth. And now, that request, that energetic imprint of your soul, is echoing in his silence. What you're feeling right now might be his inner chaos, his confusion, his pain. Because the full moon in Capricorn doesn't just illuminate the emotional, it exposes the structural, and his entire inner architecture is crumbling. The beliefs he built his identity on are no longer holding. The masks he wore are falling off. The distractions don't numb him anymore. He's not just in silence, he's in crisis, a sacred one, the kind that turns a man back toward his soul. The kind that pulls him out of illusion, the kind that makes him look at what he ran from and realize it was never a threat, only a mirror. You. He's feeling you now, not just as memory, but as presence, as the thread that never snapped, as the pulse that survived every silence, every distance, every karmic detour. But he doesn't know what to do with it. This is the part most feminines don't see. The masculine doesn't reject love because he doesn't feel it. He rejects it because it asks him to be real. And that's the one thing he was never taught how to be. So instead, he isolates. He pulls back. He acts unaffected. But inside, he's processing everything. Your last words, your energy, your detachment, your light. He's asking himself, why can't I let her go? And not in ego, in soul. This full moon is pressing on every wound he tried to bury. The fear of not being enough, the shame of past decisions, the grief of losing you, and realizing it wasn't your fault. It was his inability to face himself. And now he must. But not because you asked, because the universe is demanding it. Capricorn governs responsibility. And no matter how much he hides, the energetic responsibility of this bond is real. He feels it now. He dreams of it. He aches with it. So what can you do? You don't chase. You don't wait. You hold. Hold your frequency. Hold your truth. Hold your sacred center. Because what he's walking through isn't rejection. It's remembrance. And that takes time. Ask yourself, can I trust the connection even when I don't have proof? Can I love myself enough to stay centered while he recalibrates? Can I feel his energy without making it my responsibility? These are your questions now, because the masculine is not gone. He's awakening in the dark. And when he finally emerges, he won't be the same man who left. He'll be the one who remembers, not just the bond, but himself and you. Because the divine masculine doesn't return for comfort, he returns for truth. And that journey has already begun. What you must anchor now. This moon wasn't made to comfort you. It was made to activate you. You, feminine, are not here to chase love or explain your worth. You're here to remember it and anchor it into the earth. Because in this shift, as everything bends, shakes, and dissolves, you are the thread between worlds. You are the one who feels it first, not because you're weak, but because you're attuned. This isn't a time to shrink into the shadow of what he isn't saying. This is a time to expand into the light of what you already know. You have felt his energy swirl inside your body like a silent wind. You've known when he was hurting before he ever spoke. You've tasted memories you didn't live, but somehow always carried. And now, the moon is calling you to hold the light, but not a passive light, not a polite, pleasing, overgiving light, the anchored light, the light that says, I remember who I am even when the world forgets. I do not dim myself just because he's afraid of what I shine. I am not waiting, I am arriving. Because the feminine's true power isn't in the waiting, it's in the holding. Holding her ground when timelines test her, holding her essence when projections rise. Holding her vision when nothing has physically changed yet. You've asked for reunion. But are you ready to be the vibration of reunion? It's not about being ready in perfection. It's about being clear. Clear in your field. Clear in your heart. Clear in the knowing that your energy does not revolve around his behavior, his contact, or his silence. It revolves around your truth. This moon in Capricorn will tempt many feminines to spiral, to go back into mind loops, tarot binging, emotional anxiety. You'll feel the pressure. You'll feel his thoughts. You'll feel the portal. But the choice is yours. Will you dissolve into his confusion? Or will you root deeper into your frequency? Because if you do, if you anchor, something begins to shift in him without you saying a word. Energetically, he feels when you collapse. He also feels when you rise. Your energy teaches him how to find his own. And no, it's not your job to save him. But it is your role as the awakened feminine to embody what you once begged for him to see. Don't just want love. Be it. Don't just wait for the mission. Live it. Ask yourself now, am I holding my field or leaking it toward his silence? Am I tuning into my purpose or using him as a distraction from my own expansion? Am I still assigning my peace to something I cannot control? These questions are not punishments. They are activations. Because if the moon is opening a new path, you must be ready to walk it barefoot. No more fantasy loops. No more chasing the ghost of what once was. No more bending your energy around someone else's awakening. You are the oracle. You are the womb of this union, and the universe will mirror your clarity. So when you feel the ache, breathe. When you feel the silence, anchor. When you feel the storm, open your palms and bless it. Because the feminine doesn't resist the storm. She becomes the center of it. And in doing so, she shifts the entire field. You're not here to be chosen. You are the choosing. And when that remembrance pulses through your body, he will feel it and he will move. Not because you pushed, but because your energy became undeniable. You didn't come here to wait. You didn't come here to wonder if he'll return or why it hurts or when it ends. You came here to remember who you are through the flame that never left you. You came here to activate something that was always meant to outlive this life, a mission that doesn't start when he calls, but when you answer. And this full moon in Capricorn, it's the drumbeat of that moment. It's not just illuminating old feelings, it's restructuring your entire field. Because Capricorn doesn't ask for emotions to rise, it demands alignment. It's the energy of foundations, commitments, long-term vision. And under this lunar light, the divine is asking you, are you building your mission on fantasy or on truth? Because this bond you feel, this cosmic connection that links you to your twin, is not the goal. It's the trigger, the mirror, the soul ignition, the thing that cracks you open so that your real mission can begin. So many divine feminines have been taught to wait for love before they act, to delay their light until they're seen, to believe that the union must come first before purpose, power, and peace can follow. But that belief is the cage, and this moon is the key. This moment is not just about healing another heartbreak. It's about stepping into the reason why your heart breaks open so deeply in the first place. Because your depth isn't weakness, it's design. It's the very force that allows you to reach souls no one else can. It's the part of you that can sense pain that's never been spoken and offer love that was never given. And this, beloved, is your medicine. The world needs it. Not just your twin, not just your future, but this moment, this earth, this timeline. So when this moon pulls you inward, when it floods you with memories, aches, signs, songs, don't just ask what it means for the connection. Ask what it's activating in you. What power are you hiding behind the question, where is he? What truth are you suppressing by repeating, it's not time yet? What mission have you postponed because your love story didn't go the way you planned? This isn't judgment, it's revelation. Because the truth is, you were never just here to love him. You were here to awaken through him. And once awakened, you become a lighthouse for others still lost in the storm. So take this moon seriously. Let it show you what needs to crumble. Let it rip down the false timelines you built out of fear. Let it remind you, you were never waiting for him. You were waiting for you. Your mission is not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about holding your field with such honesty, such radiance that the whole universe bends to mirror it back. And yes, when the time is right, your twin will feel that frequency. He will return, not to save you, but to walk beside you, because you stopped abandoning yourself. So now, ask yourself, what have I been building my identity on? The connection or the creator within me? Am I here just to find love or to become the embodiment of it? What can I create now that I'm no longer distracted by the illusion of waiting? This is the invitation. The Capricorn moon isn't asking you to cry. It's asking you to decide. Who are you, really? And what are you willing to become now that the old version is falling away? This is not a punishment. It's your return. Not to him, but to you. And from that place, everything changes. A new phase begins with this moon. You've walked through too many lifetimes holding your breath. You've carried the ache of unions in other realms, felt the closeness of someone whose body never touched yours, and cried for memories that logic never confirmed, but your soul never questioned. And now, here you are again, standing beneath a sky that's asking for more than your faith. It's asking for your yes, not the yes of waiting, not the yes of hoping, but the sacred yes of embodiment, because this moon does not come to whisper soft comfort. It comes to initiate you. Something has shifted in the unseen. And even if your eyes can't name it, your nervous system already knows. The subtle pulses, the rising dreams, the moments of déjà vu that leave you breathless. This is not confusion. This is how your next phase announces itself. Gently, persistently, irrevocably. This moon is a closing, but not the kind that leaves you empty. It's a release that makes space, a death that delivers you into deeper life. You are not who you were even a few weeks ago. Can you feel that? Your sensitivity is higher. Your threshold for dishonesty is gone. You're noticing energies you once ignored. You're no longer chasing what refuses to meet you halfway. And somewhere in all of this, you've stopped pretending that the old version of you is still alive. Because she's not. She served her purpose. She kept the flame alive in silence. She waited, hoped, held, cried. But now, she hands the torch to you. To the version of you who no longer negotiates her frequency. To the version of you who knows, I came here for more than crumbs. To the version of you who understands that love is not a game of waiting, but a path of becoming. And as this phase begins, the question is no longer, will he choose me? The question is, am I choosing the path my soul carved for me before I was born? Because the portal is not something happening to you, it's something rising from you. And the love you desire is not on the other side of effort. It's on the other side of alignment. When your body, heart, spirit, and purpose move as one, the timelines open, the answers arrive, the masculine feels the call. Not because you pulled, but because you anchored. This new phase will not look like the past. You will speak differently. You will dream differently. You will no longer abandon yourself to keep a version of him alive in your mind. Because the real version of him, the awakened masculine, can only meet the version of you who has stopped hiding in her ache. So what does this moon ask of you now? To close what never opened for you, to thank the lesson and exit the loop, to stop recycling doubt as a substitute for direction, and most of all, to listen to the truth beneath the thoughts, to the love beneath the silence, to the knowing beneath the waiting. This is not the end of the twin flame journey, it's the elevation of it. You are not walking in circles, you are spiraling upward. And what comes next, whether it arrives as reunion, mission, or clarity, will not come from the past version of you, but from the you who finally said yes to the deeper path. So breathe, feel, root, because what you just stepped into isn't just a new moon, it's a new you. And this time, you don't need a sign, you are the sign.